Hey everybody, Darren Yankee, Akawai Farms. Looking at the 30th of December today. Cattle are out grazing away. We had quite the swing in temperatures over the last couple of days. It was 40 degrees and raining out, turning into a flash freeze with negative degree temperatures, wind chill, along with a dusting of snow. So the cattle been through a lot of diverse weather in the last 48 hours. And the one thing I don't not like seeing is when that happens, I mean, it was raining out. The cattle just drenched in water. We had like 3/10 of rain that transitioned into the snow. So just having all that wet moisture on the cattle right before that hard freeze again. We ended up feeding them a bale of hay during that process, just to kind of make sure their bellies are full, they have plenty to eat, and we unrolled it on the ground, so they also had a little bit of area to lay down on if they wanted to. But we are back out grazing, so currently it's December 30th, and we've fed, I do believe, 2 bales of hay so far this winter to these 72 head of cattle. They've been grazing otherwise. We're trying not to interfere a whole lot with the grazing by feeding the hay, but we feel a little hay here and there, just like them 2 bales that we fed, is important because you don't want your cattle to get sick. And we're trying to turn a profit at the end of the day, a low input management style grazing. But if your cattle get sick just because you didn't want to feed them a little hay, then you're not making any sense. You're going backwards as well. So it ain't all about just like not feeding hay, feeding minimal inputs. That's what we're going for here. And the grazing is a huge time saver for us. We're not making hay in the summertime, bringing it out to the cattle in the winter. So our winter is pretty open right now as far as time. Moving the cattle twice a day with the virtual fence collars, 9 and 1 p.m. So there ain't much labor involved with that. Just come out, make sure there's water out here for the cattle to drink every day. Their manure is staying pretty decent. Here's a pie. I mean, yeah, they could be a little looser, but you know, with their grazing out here, it's pretty mature, dry, poor quality feed. There is some green grass down in there. They're doing a pretty good job of cleaning this all up though. That's nice looking. And you've seen some of our other videos. The cattle do have a lot of burdock on them. We had a lot of burdock in the season-long stockpile in a couple of the paddocks. This one in particular, there's a lot of burdocks on these cattle right now. But with that season-long stockpile, this grass is nice and big. So all the diverse weather we've had 10 inches of snow already that's come and gone this year, along with this fresh snow, some freezing rain, and the cattle still able to graze. So if you didn't have season-long stockpile and we started stockpiling this pasture, we'll say in August, the cattle might not be able to get anything because it might be froze down to the ground. It won't be tall enough for them to get access to it. That's one thing with the weather here in southern Wisconsin. It ain't so much the snow that we're dealing with. It's that freezing and thawing throughout the whole winter. It turns your feed into poor quality feed in a hurry, along with limiting access to the cattle to be able to get to that feed with that ice and things that come along with that. But it's currently 1 o'clock, or just after 1 o'clock, and the cattle are just entering their new paddock. Here's a really nice looking cow pie. I know that's what y'all came to the channel to watch, is see all the cow pies. They are receiving a 20% protein lick tub, free choice. So that is part of the nutritional plan with the stockpiling. They do need that extra little protein. We haven't been using a whole lot of it. Just enough to keep everything functioning properly. But I'd say we got about 2 inches of snow or something like that on the ground over the last 2 days. Cattle are nice and full, which is great to see. That's why I just came out to the pasture to look at to make sure the cattle are getting enough feed in them. Here's a nice short-haired, she's part Moshona. See the few burdocks that are on her, not very many. But yeah, all in all, the cattle are doing good this winter. We still got a long winter to go yet. We're just in the beginning of it. But them are just some of the challenges that we faced already this winter with the ups and downs and the temperature. We do have the calves weaned off the cows, so nobody's getting sucked on right now. So it doesn't take quite as much to keep these gals going. We are utilizing about 1 acre per day with these 72 cows. You can kind of see where all the semi-plants are, all the burdocks. Plants are still standing, but all the little burrs are pretty well missing. We know where they're all at, I guess. But anyways, thanks for following along. You all have a great day.